In the age of the coronavirus, it has fallen upon our health workers, our doctors, to lead from the front like never before. If earlier we've heard heartbreaking stories of how doctors and their friends and family have been assaulted while trying to perform the last rites of a colleague, we've also heard uplifting yet moving stories of how doctors have stepped up to bury those or bid farewell to those whom no one else is ready to do so for. Joining us on the program now is Rs Gopakumar, Dr. Gopakumar, who has made headlines for stepping up to this task, not just now, but even during the outbreak of the Nipah virus. Dr. Gopakumar, thank you for joining us. I know that one of the most heartbreaking things you had to do and actually had to oversee was the burial of a 4-month-old baby who died of COVID-19. And we've seen those pictures and they're absolutely searing and heartbreaking. Can you speak a little bit about that moment and about the kind of fear that people feel right now when it comes to burials or cremations?
Yes, definitely. While taking that kid to my hands from the ambulance, my heart was beating faster than anything in this world. I can tell you, it is more than faster than any jet plane, I can tell. It was so heartbreaking to have a 4-month-old kid on your hand in a body bag. I had done this before. I had performed 12 bodies. I had done the burials. I had done the cremation before, but never a kid of that age. And I had never done any kids procedure also before. But this was really heartbreaking, and it was actually my colleagues. They were first time performing such procedures, so they were also really devastated that day.
I can only begin to imagine it. At that moment, not just do you have to carry this little life in your hands and, dig a grave and then say goodbye to this baby, you also have to be the strong person for this child's family, and funeral protocols are very strict in Kerala. So how did you at this point offer solace to this baby's family and keep strength and keep your own strength at this moment?
Actually, father's only demand to our health minister was Srimati K.K. Shailaji teacher. He wanted to attend the namaz of final namaz of the baby. So teacher had, after discussing with the doctors and the medical board, took the decision to permit him in the PPE kit, and that job was given to me. So we were very there is no words to tell him. So we didn't speak much also to him, because we can't, we don't know how we can control him, how if he burst out also, how we will handle it. Everything we have to take care of the procedure. There shouldn't be any protocol lapse in the procedure side. Safety lapse will cause a huge loss for our whole system itself. So that's we have prevented that safety lapse by not much talking to him, but looking at his face itself, it was really very saddening thing which we can see in our whole life.
Dr. Gopakumar, I'm asking a personal question for a reason. Do you have children?
Yes, I got 2 kids.
So as a father, when you have to bury a 4-month-old baby, I'm sure it feels very personal in a way.
Yes, it was very painful, because thinking about the younger kid of mine in the same position I should have been, what I should have done, all those things have gone through my mind.
Yeah. Can you share what happened to this child? What exactly happened? Because so far we have, the science is changing every day. Earlier, only older people with comorbidities were considered vulnerable. What happened to this baby?
This baby had congenital heart problem. The kid had VSD. Actually, the kid should have undergone a surgery, major heart surgery. But if everything was right, we could have done that. But what happened is the kid was brought in a severe critical stage to the medical college, government medical college, Kozhikode. And immediately the kid was brought in. Every test were done, and morning 9:30, 10 itself, we had took the sample and sent for including COVID, because They were traveled from another district to here, and any case of pneumonia, we are checking for COVID. All such things had accelerated the diagnosis, but there was a lot of trouble behind it. Congenital problems was there. So on top of that, this COVID infection made the situation worse.
Dr. Gopakumar, speak a little bit about how this is a time when no one is willing to touch these bodies. Even if they're willing to, they're not allowed to sometimes. And I'll share my own story. I just returned from Indore, and there at the hospital, we met mortuary workers. They're all Hindu mortuary workers, and they're performing the burials often for Muslims who are dying from the coronavirus. And, one of the things they said to me was, at this time, religion doesn't matter. It's humanity above religion. So I want you to speak a little bit about this moment when religion and religious differences and, they just seem to fade away into the background because the moment is so enormous.
Yes, this religion problem had never created a hurdle for us over here. Initially itself, the Kerala, the government itself stands with the whole department and it support like a wall behind us. So what happens is the government support is in such a way, all the health workers' morale is up. They are ready to perform whatever tasks are given to them. That's a difference which I can feel over here. When Nipah had happened over in Calicut during 2018, the same situation arose. The mortuary workers were not willing to touch the body itself. So then and there, the government had asked the municipal corporation to step up and do everything from there onwards. I'm the health officer of this city. So it is my duty to make my city free from any disease. That's if a body is handled and there is a lapse in the procedure, anybody should have contracted that disease from there. That will make a big dent on the city's whole image, and the whole public health system will go. So
you were a real hero even in the time of Nipah. And at the time of the Nipah outbreak, many people were too scared, as you just mentioned, to touch the bodies. And you stepped up and you did it yourself. You turned into a pallbearer almost. Weren't you scared then and aren't you scared now? It's human to be scared.
No, I am not at all scared. I will tell you, if I had used my personal protective equipments exactly how the safety way, how the protocol tell, there is no chance I'm contracting an infection. That is my confidence throughout all these events. If I am perfect, nothing can touch me. If there is a lapse, it's gone.
What really have both of these experiences, dealing with Nipah virus and now coronavirus, changed you in some way as a human being?
I am not a person to tell that. Actually, others should tell, because for me, I am like this since long time. It's like that only.
You're no less a hero. Any last words that you want people to understand what a doctor or what a health worker or like yourself today is going through emotionally? You also have families, you have people who worry about you, you have children. What has this moment been like for you emotionally?
Emotion is I initially in my Nipah days and all, that stress and all really costed me. I couldn't face anybody also. But I told you the system, how it supports. The health minister itself personally called me and talked with me. And she had lifted my mood up. And she had made me to do whatever thing the government or whatever thing the system needs. So we get such support. So the emotional part will be there. we are getting counseling from the psychologist or psychiatrist, whoever, whatever area of necessity we got a problem, everything the government supports like that. That's why over here we can perform much better than anywhere else.
Well, I think we thank you for your service, Dr. Gopakumar. Really, from my heart, we thank you for your service. I can't imagine what it was like to bury that little 4-month-old baby. My heart is stopping listening about it, so I can't imagine what you felt. Thank you, sir.